So the next lifter we're going to be talking about is Christian. That is your lifter, right?
God, you've got to listen to me talk again. I'm so sorry.
Should we talk
Yes.
about Christian first then?
Yes. No, I could talk about him. I've got my notes.
Oh,
Should we talk about
nice.
Temi first before Christian then?
Yeah, do Temi and then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Temi, Manny, you want to take over?
Sound. Yeah, sure. So we have Temi coming into Euros nominated with a she's nominated with a 532.5 kilo total and nominated fourth. So Temi came second at the British in November. So I see her. I think with Temi, because she's come down from 84 down to 76, is more of a case of her essentially getting back to her old numbers. So you can see that her total took a bit of a tank when she first cut down. So she was at 545, last comp was in 84, came down to 510, and since then has totaled 532.5. So you can see that trend is going back up, and her best total as an 84 is 562.5. So I'd anticipate that she will end up somewhere in between her previous total and her best total as an 84, because she's learning the recomp process better. She's got Christian on board as well as a coach. So I think she's going to be able to hit much better numbers this time. I can see her squatting 200. I can see her benching like potentially like 117 around there, maybe even 120. It depends on how well she recomps. And deadlift, I think the deadlift has actually tanked a bit more than I expected with her coming down a weight class, because usually that's the one that's less dependent on body weight. But again, it's looking fairly strong in training. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if she hits around that 227 mark.
Has she been uploading much training? Because did she go to Nigeria recently as well, right?
She did
So
go
she's
to
been
Nigeria.
traveling and everything.
Yeah, she has been traveling. So, but she's been training while she's traveling as well. So she has been consistent with that. But she's been uploading to her story more than posts.
Oh,
But yeah, it's interesting though with with these placings, because like we just said with Bettina, I think I can see Temi hit like going on the podium. She's currently nominated fourth. I can see her jumping ahead of Ellen, but I think the two French girls are just that bit ahead, especially Laura. But I can still see Temi putting in a good performance. I don't think she's too fussed about um like going in for the win. I think she's being fairly realistic and just wants to keep chipping away at that total and just have a good comp experience, go 9 for 9, all of that good stuff.
do you know does she want to stay 76 long term, or does she want to go back up?
No, I'm pretty sure she wants to stay 76 long term. She feels a lot better at this body weight. Prefers how her body looks, and yeah, I think because she's turned 40 now, she wants to prioritize her health a bit more as well. So yeah, cutting down on weight class is conducive to that. And I can see her potentially. I haven't looked up the records, but seeing as she's just entered M1, she could probably hit some M1 world records as well. I haven't actually seen what they all are. I'd have to have a quick look, but
Can you
there's
break them
be a
at
good
open
chance.
Euros?
You can, but you just have to do them in 2.5 multiples. You can't chip them.
But also, when does the M1 start? As soon as you hit 40, or is it like, you know how to be
I think it's
open?
40.
As soon as you hit
The
40,
year
so from your birth, or the year you hit 40.
the year in which you turn 40. So she already turned 40 in January. Her birthday's the day before my older sisters. They're literally exactly the same age. So yeah, I know when her birthday is. So she's 40 now. So she can break all of those records.
Okay, where do you think she's gonna place?
Put me on the spot
Okay,
here.
how about this?
No,
Where do you
I'll answer.
go,
I back her
go?
for third. I'm just trying to make it seem like I have to think a little bit. I back her for third for sure. She's a lot more experienced than Betty, for one, and two, she's actually felt these weights before. Three, when she was an 84, she wasn't a full 84. She was like 81, 82 around there. So it wasn't like she was having to do mad cuts. So it's a case of just learning that recomp process, and every subsequent cut from the first 76 cut is going to get easier because her body is getting accustomed to that. So I think this next one, we're going to see a Temi that's a lot closer to those 84 numbers. Even with all the traveling, I back her to hit around that 547, 550 mark. Like we'll say she hits like a 200 squat, 120, 170, 120 bench, and like a 227, 230 deadlift. I think she'll get close to that, but I still don't think that's quite enough to challenge any of the French girls. So I back her for third, simply
Also,
because of experience.
her best total is 562.5 at 84, right?
Yeah.
Do you see herself going up to that sort of total
Ever again,
but
or
no,
this
not this cup, but soon in the near future, not like ever again?
It's a good question. The reason why I'm a bit pensive about that is because of her age. Not to say that she can't do it. It's just that it will, if she's going to do it, it would have to be sooner rather than later, before strength is harder to build. So if she were to do it, it would probably have to be in the next 3 to 4 years tops. I can see it happening, but I just don't see it being like significantly more. It'd probably be like maybe high 560s, low 570s, before she's like trying to maintain strength.
I mean, that's still insane, isn't it? As a 76, and you know, being now an M1. I mean, that's how I feel about, because Tasmin's an M1, isn't she? So
I didn't know that. You know, when I went
yeah,
at her, and she told me she's 40. Honestly, I thought she was in her 20s.
so inspirational. Like I really enjoy knowing this. It makes me really happy. I love it. It's like with Tony.
You're hitting 30 soon as well, right?
I don't know why. Like, why do you have to bring that up? You know, this is like the same
You should
vibe
feel depressed
as if
too.
I keep bringing up that you love it.
Why do you have to say that again? This video's not going out ever because I'm gonna have to crop it again.
No.
Can we just bleep it instead of like actually cutting it? Just bleep it. Are you love
Bleep it? Bleep it.
But yeah, no. Yes, that is why actually. Yeah, because I feel like, you know. Anyways, I'm not gonna go off tangent, but I just find it really enjoyable to see. I think we see a lot of what's the word, like with younger lifters, they come up really, really, really fast, and then a lot of them just kind of
either get injured or they get 95 and they go down.
And so and you know, it's still great to see that, but I think it's nice to see people who've been chipping away for years, and either they've waited for their time or they've just progressively gotten better. Like Hannah, you mentioned earlier about Will, and how you feel like he's been lifting for ages, and you know, he's only kind of really come through and hit his stride recently, because he has it. Like I feel like he was always strong, but yeah. And then I think that's what I find inspirational, is just seeing people who can, you know, you don't see it often enough. You see a lot of people talk about like how this person's this young doing this, but you don't see that much about the other side. And I think that's just as good. I mean, they're both, it's phenomenal both ends, you know. It's like got Nonso pulling 400. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But then you've also got you know, people who are, you know, in their late 30s or early 40s doing crazy things as well, and I think it's great. That's my 2 cents on that.
No, I agree. That's why I also found your like, what was it, 7 rep AMRAP so impressive, because I saw like the story behind it. You know, you've been working towards that for so long, and I think powerlifting is so often like said, like it is like a testament of time. If we look at the people who are going to Euros, like the majority of the nominations, so people who have been working at this for years
to get
and
there.
That's the hardest part of it, is sticking with it and not giving up.
100%.
It's so true. Like I was thinking to myself the other day, I was thinking, I've been trying to get this GBR singlet since 2022, which is only 3 years if I think about it. But then there's people out there that have been working hard for even longer than me. So really and truly, 3 years is nothing.
This is really,
it's long to maintain at the top as well. Like it's not like you were working, you're like, one day I'll be there. Like you've been at the top and you've had to maintain that for 3 years, which is like difficult in itself
and frustrating, I feel.
Exactly. It was so frustrating.
I think I'd have crashed out by like the second time.
being overlooked.
He did for a bit. But then, you know, when you have good people around you, like the people that always be like, people always ask you where the GBR thing there, then you just want to answer them back.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm in group chats where they'll always be like, oh, you want British, but where's your GBR thing there? It's just like, I think negative energy motivates me. That's what I'd say.
You're a hater, that's why.
Exactly.
No, I like haters.
I'm not a hater, I just like them.
Haters are my motivators.
Back to Temi. Did we read her stats?
No. So she's hit an average of 7.5 out of 9 attempts in all of her comps, and she's done 22 comps. So she's
I just had a look at that.
She's a very consistent lifter. And if you even look at her average across all of the individual lifts, third attempts squat is the lowest of them, it's 40%, but then her bench is 72% and her deadlift 76%. So that's really good.
Overall, 62% she hits her third attempt.
Yeah. Oh, and she's done a lot of internationals as well. So
I know, that's what I was just gonna say. It's not like they're just local comps.
Yeah. So yeah, very impressive.
And so you think she's gonna finish third, right? So I'm assuming that's higher than Bettina, according to you.
Yeah, I back her to beat Bettina at this comp. It might change in the future, but this I think is too soon for Bettina to overtake Temi, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Fair enough. Anyways, shall we move on to the next lifter? Unless anyone else got anything to add for Temi?
No, I think I don't want to say I agree with Manny, but I do think I think it will be either Betty or Temi at third anyway.
Same. I think the same as well. Maybe we've just been biased because they're GB lifters.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
I'd be happy either one of them finishing third. Mr. RP7.
What, Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Christian. So I know his main goal for Euros is to hit some targets, tick some boxes, to look at the long term, not the long term, well, the long term as well, but his main goal of Worlds, which makes sense. I think he's far enough in the lead that he can kind of get away with the nonchalant approach, which is that. I do think I'm just yapping away right now, but I do think his deadlifts, and he's aware, his deadlifts have taken a backseat for a while. He had that crazy YOLO pull at Euros, which was insane, and everyone was like going crazy about it. And then I think since then he's found it quite hard to get back up to that point. And I think that is what has held him back slightly, not necessarily obviously at Euros level, but I think to be a contender at Worlds level, I think that's where his deadlift needs to come through a little bit more, because his squat progress has been really good, especially considering I can't remember what year it was. I know I was there when he tore his adductor in the gym at super training, and that was like, I think it was like a year and a half, 2 years it took him to get back anywhere near that. Every time he'd try and squat, it would just go again, and it was a really long road where he was like, if this happens one more time, I'm gonna quit, because I can't do it. So to see him be able to come back and squat, you know, I think he did it on doing 255, and now he's squatting like over 300. It's really nice to see. So I think I don't think he necessarily minds the fact that his deadlifts have taken a back seat, but I think he's aware that they need to make a return in order to be, you know, in contention for bigger competition. Euros is still a big competition, but for bigger competitions like Worlds, for example. And yeah, I think same as his squats, his bench has gone up as well massively. I mean, bench is a slower progression anyway, but he's been benching over 200. I think the biggest deadlift he's pulled this prep was 350. If anyone knows any differently, let me know. But I think 350 is the heaviest he's gone, and I think that's the heaviest he is going to go, with a slightly different taper, which I honestly think will probably pay off, to be honest, when it comes to the day. I think that works better for him, and I think it is interesting to see how everyone approaches their peaks. I know Pape's is very different as well. I mean, his training's completely unhinged at the moment, so I feel like everyone has a different approach, everyone has different things that work for them. So I'm confident that him not doing some massive deadlift PB attempts is going to pay off pretty well on the day. So that's the main things I'd say. If we're talking about, before I let everyone else have their part, I'm sure you'll have something to say, which is valid. I do think I'm not on the right thing. Hold on. I obviously think, again, it's not going to happen. The only way I think anyone is going to beat him is if he bombs. I honestly don't think he's got the experience. I think he had, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there was one comp, maybe another comp where, actually no, I think he was one of the only ones who didn't get called for squat depth at that Euros in Poland. So I just think, again, like his depth is good, his bench is, he doesn't have to worry about being called for elbows, anything like that. I think the only thing that I worry about is you can usually tell on his first attempt to deadlift whether or not he's going to be able to pull heavy. I think you can tell at his sticking point at lockout where his quads kind of get in the way. I think that's his only, because he does pull hook grip, doesn't he? So I think like that's the only thing I worry about. But I think they've been going a lot better recently, like the last few months or past year, it's kind of slowly ramped back up. And I think as long as he can stay chipping away at that, I mean, it's not really gonna be a battle at the top for first anyway. I think that's kind of not gifted to him, but it's a given that he's gonna come first.
Did you used to train with him when he was at FD?
Well, I used to live up there, and I used to train there quite a lot, and then he trained with me. It was me, him, and Beth, and then a couple of other people. During lockdown, I had like a storage unit near mine, so I'd just invite whoever lived, he lived in Essex, but come down just to like have a social together, and he'd come and train in like the storage unit. So yeah, and then it was just, it's horrid, like having an injury, and you can see it, like, anyone who gets injured, it's tough to like deal with, especially when you're at the top, and it's hard to watch someone go through that. It doesn't matter who it is, it's not nice to see. So like to be able to come back from that and come back a lot stronger in the same weight class, he's one of those people who I think if you're ever injured, like use him as an example, because it wasn't a quick turnaround. It was like a couple of years before he came back to where he was before his injury, and he stuck with it and he trusted the process, not without frustration, but it paid off. And now I feel like he's going to have his shot. If he can get his deadlift back through, I think he's got like a good shot. Obviously Euros is given, but like at world level, as he's saying, I think it's interesting in the 93s how like Euros and worlds, like the person who, like Christian will come first at Euros, but at worlds he'd struggle to get to the podium. Am I right in saying that? I think.
But then World 93 is crazy though.
That's what I mean. It's
like Ryan would say, it's full of killers.
Yeah.
Don't you start, bro.
Go on, Manny. Do your impression.
I'm not doing it again, man. I've already done it for you once, and then you used it for a reel out of nowhere.
You are a hater.
How is a hater? I'm just trying to be like him.
Such an op, honestly. But yeah, I think, again, so obviously I think everyone's going to agree that unless Will comes through with something, like Will's training's been great, but I don't think it's going to be enough do I think he might outpull Christian? Yes, possibly. I think given how his deadlift's been going, it's possible. And I'm sure Christian wouldn't necessarily be fazed by that because he's aware of where his deadlift's at. But I think, obviously podium, no, not a chance. I don't think he's too far ahead. And again, I'm looking at nominations. I don't know much about the Norwegian lifter. I know Rico's training's been really good, even though now, don't want to get it wrong, but it wasn't last year, I think it might have been the year before, he broke his wrist at the French Nationals. And since then it's kind of been a slow comeback, but his training's been a lot better, so he might have a shot for third. But at the moment I think it would be Christian, I do think it will be Christian, Will, and then either the Norwegian lifter or Rico in third. That's where I put them. Anyone, feel free to obviously give your...
Manny, you want to add anything?
I completely agree.
Yeah,
Completely
Liv
agree with
has,
that.
you've covered most of it. But the only thing I want to say is Christian's journey overall, I just find like one of the best thing ever. He was a 74,
Yeah.
he won. Then he was 83, he won. And now he's a 93, he's dominating again. And to be fair, if he goes to 105, it all depends how his pull would be. Because his deadlift, obviously I've trained with him squad when I did that 300 kg pull. He almost pulls like, you know how what's his friend's name and go Josh. That's his name, right? Josh. You know how Josh pulls really fast off the floor, but then he comes to the top and then he just gets stuck. Like it's insane the speed that he pulled it off the floor. And
it's difficult because it is one where you kind of need to be patient. But it's not, everyone pulls differently, don't they? Even in sumo, it's not, yeah.
I'm gonna give him tips on how to pull because he you know what he did at squats? Imagine this. I class myself as a good deadlifter, right? And he mugged me so hard. It's still to this day, I get embarrassed. So I did my top set. In front of everybody. I did my top set with 240 for a triple. He just finished bench, and he comes and he goes, "Oh, leave them on. I'm gonna warm up." And he went straight to 240. Oh my god! I need to improve my deadlift even more.
You know, he would have done that.
I got mugged by Taz.
Just to get you. You definitely pissed him off most of that training session, didn't you?
Trust me. Ask him. I was super nice. No, I did annoy him a bit. Yeah, it's all right. I think he likes me. Okay. Talking about liking me, I like his stats. For somebody who done 21 comps, he averages 8 out of 9. Insane. He makes 85% of his third squat, even though he probably sandbags most of them. 76% of bench and 66% of his third deadlift. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Everything is green, literally.
That's wild.
Yellow or red. 42%. So he wins 42% of his comps. That is crazy. It'll be good though. I think this will be his first international title, right? If he does win Euros. Because last time, I think the German guy pulled ahead of him.
Yeah, Sasha.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know, but I just remember seeing him at a Western Euros comp that I was working, and I was like, who the hell who's coming out for like 370 something? And I was like, where have you come from? And then he did. Was it Euros 21? 22?
22.
Yeah.
Euros 22, yeah, he came second.
Yeah.
But that's all for Christian, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna win. Unless something goes really down south.
I think it will be hit 2 GB on the podium, 1 and 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then talking about 1, 2, third and fourth are quite close though.
I think Rico will take third, to be honest. I don't know if that's a biased pick because I don't know much about the Norwegian, but his training's been going.
And up as well. Is he an A7?
Nope.
Oh, he just like, oh, okay.
No, I know. I've seen more of his training than the Norwegian guy, and I think. Well, I say his training's been going better. I think it has of certain things I've seen, and because he had that. Well, I think it was his wrist. I keep saying he broke his wrist. I don't know if it was actually his wrist, but something snapped after his squat, and so he was off for a while. But yeah, he's strong. It's just again whether he can put it up on the platform at an international. And then who knows?
That's all for 93s. Shall we move on to one of the nicest lifters I've ever met, Melina? She's super nice. It's like I don't know how to talk to her because she's just too nice, and I'm used to not being nice to people.
I love Melina so much. She's just so smiley.
Yeah, she just smiles too much. And I don't get positive energy from people. So it was just like when I met her, I was just like, I don't know how to talk to her.
You might be the problem.
That's your lifter, right?
Yeah.
It might be the problem.
You're a hater. That's the problem.
Confirmed.
Hello, guys. I'm about to interview Melina, but I need to do my deadlift first.
Yeah.
How many was that for?
I think so.
Right.
Last one, let's go. Hey.
Hey, the first question I want to ask you is,
Yeah.
why are you doing week 1 last week?
So I do 3-week blocks. So last week was my week 1, and then it's scary coming into comp though. It was a recent change we made like last year leading into Nats, but it does make comp peaking scary because you only have 2 weeks and then you're thrown into the wolves. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this is your first open internationals, right?
Yeah, it's my first one.
Have you done a junior international before?
Yeah, so So I think I did my first one in 2022, but kind of have done the junior worlds and Euros. The most weird one, I would say, Turkey was a wild one because I didn't leave the hotel once. I did not leave the hotel. We arrived because honestly, I had one day before I competed there anyway, and then basically left the day after. So for like 3 days, I basically didn't leave the hotel.
What are your expectations for your first open national then?
Oh gosh.
Do you have any? Because you're nominated first.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. But no.
Do you feel like that's pressure on you or no?
Like, objectively, yes. But I think I've been saying this. I'm trying to like just use that as motivation to like just do as well as possible. But like, I would say it's not like crippling or like detrimental right now. But no, I'm trying to like just be more excited than I am nervous, which is hard. But I'm just trying to enjoy it and take each training session as it comes. But yeah,
I think everyone says that, right? Take each session, but inside we're really dying.
No, you know what I mean? This is all a front. It's all a scam, guys. We're all as nervous as the next person. You know what I mean?
Do you listen to music during your comp, right? What is going to be your go-to tune for this comp?
Go-to? Adele, To Be Loved. Don't judge me. That is a banger. Deadlift.
Do you get in your feelings and lift?
A little bit. Oh, Adele, chuck her in. Adele's a need. It's a must.
Okay, so final question that I would like to ask you. Your favorite lifter from the European Championship team?
A GB?
GB team, yeah.
Oh. You've stumped me there.
Come on. Don't worry, you don't need to be nice. You can be honest. You don't have to say me either.
I'm gonna say Temi, because she's probably the first like lifter on the whole team that I met when I started powerlifting as well, and she's always looked after me.
I see how it is.
I'm gonna. You know what? She's off.
That worked out so good.
No, right. He was like, I'm gonna ask her, but he was like, join the call, but like change your name. And he was like, I really hope she doesn't say you. And I was like, it's gonna be awkward either way. Just waiting. But out of all the people, it's my op. I'll see how it is.
You know what? Kibria, I'm gonna hang up because this. No, I'm joking. I love all the 76s.
I knew you would say another Nigerian, but I didn't know which one you're going to say.
We've got to stick together, Kibria, okay?
When I joined, you didn't see my name?
No, I didn't see a thing. I was unawares.
Perfect. Okay, really fun game. Name as many Sheffield lifters as you can from all of the years in 30 seconds. I think Kibra is going to do a timer.
Yeah, I'm going to do a timer. So when you're ready, let me know.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
You ready? Ready?
Yeah, that'll beat me.
Yeah. She got 15, by the way. I'll just let you know.
You got 15?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I was winning until he beat me.
I can't tell you yet. You're going to watch the video.
Someone beat me.
I'm not beating you, I don't think.
Ready? Steady. Go. Keep a count, Bettina, okay? Go.
Tiff Chapon,
Evie, Naomi Albert, Jad Jacob, Joy, Bobby, Tony Durand Ade, Jesus Olivares, Sunita, Amanda Lawrence, Jessica Butner, Agatha, Emil Norling? I don't know. Yes. Justin, Gavin,
Time.
Oh.
17.
17. She beat you.
Beat me. Oh, this has been a rubbish call.
You know what? I will say I did see Kibri's story, but like my brain still goes.
Wait, so have you been practicing?
I've not been practicing. I'm just transparency for the. You know what I mean? What is it?
She got notes. She's written them all down, basically.
Yeah, I've just had my notes here.
So this is going to be Melina's first comp in the Open. She was technically in Open last year, but I think she got injured, so she pulled out the comp that she was going to do. But things are looking really positive going into this competition. I had a look at her stats, and I thought it was absolutely insane. She has missed, unless I've misread it, she's missed 3 lifts. So out of 99 attempts in all of her lifting, she's got 96 of them, which I think is insane. I think she missed 2 at Junior Euros in Hungary, and I think it was probably soon after that she got injured, and then there was just a random bench way back in the day. But I just think that's crazy. So I think
100% of third squat.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's awesome. It's so good. And I think she's looking really strong going into this competition. I think going into Open Nats, it was kind of coming out of that rehab process, probably playing it safe, seeing where she can go, and just, casually getting a bench record, I'm pretty sure. And I know that the plan, I believe, is sort of similar. Her training's looking so strong. I think she hit a 220 deadlift in training, and she hit 222.5 at the British after doing about 210 to 215, I think, around in training. So it's looking like she can go for more on squat, more probably maybe try get 132.5, maybe a bit of a bench PB, extend the British record, and then get another deadlift PB, which would just be really cool because she deserves it. She's so positive all the time. But yeah, I think second in nominations is what's her name?
Kristen,
yeah. So it's really interesting. So I think Kristen is about to enter, if not this being her first year as a Masters lifter. So it's quite cool having, I guess, the two ends of the Open spectrum competing against each other. I think there's about 10 kilos between them on noms, but I think obviously you've got Kristen with the experience. Melina has done a few competitions, internationals as a juniors, but this will be her first in the Open, which is obviously a slightly different ball game. But Kristen, I believe, has done equipped, she's done internationals, she's quite a seasoned competitor. So, but I think the fact that Melina has done internationals, she has a really good record of just going 9 for 9. I think as long as she can do that again on the day, she should be able to maintain her place at first. But yeah, I think it will be really exciting to see her lift, especially now that she's at, I guess, I want to say full strength compared to maybe what she was going into with nationals.
She can catch up to Erolov and Ziana pretty soon as well. But they're did they both hit 600, or Erolov hasn't hit 600 actually?
I'm not sure. I know.
By the way, does anybody know?
I can check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, where is she? How come she's not doing British and stuff like that? Is she junior?
She's still injured, I think. I think she's still rehabbing. Yeah, I want to say it was her back.
Okay. Anyways, I have a funny story to share about Melina. At British, Melina was benching at the same time as Manny, right? And I went in to watch Manny lift. And at this time, I didn't know who Melina was. So she's there going for a British record, and everyone's cheering. And I'm from one side. You guys remember how it was, right? I'm watching from where Melina is. I'm right next to where she is, and I'm watching Manny fail his bench on the other side. So I'm there shit, man. I'm disappointed, and everyone's cheering. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, my guy Yemi, he took a video and from the stands because he was basically he knows both of us, so he was recording and just panicking. He was like, I don't know where to look. Oh, what's going on? And I just disappointed everyone with my failed 152 because of my stupid pec that tore like 8 weeks before. But yeah, all good.
It was mad though. Like, and
Yeah.
she's there, like she got the British record just like that, like super
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she should be benching a lot more, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of her training, to be fair, so
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
I think
Her-
she did pretty close to that. I want to say 127.5 that moved pretty easily. She may have done more, but I know that she's hit that quite conservatively in training. So yeah, like I think she should be on for another record.
Does she not train at your gym, Liv? Either PMG or Power 3?
Right, so she trains at Gym Nation, sometimes goes to Powering Through. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I feel like a lot of people going into Euros have been posting that they've been calling it a week 1 and then posting.
I know, I've seen that as well.
I'm confused.
Nonso.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? What week are we? I'm lost. And then I'm like,
maybe everyone's on the 3-week trend now. Maybe that's what everyone's doing.
Because I'm like, oh shit, it's my last week. Why is people on week 1?
Oh, I'm lost. I don't even know. But yeah, she's her lifts never look particularly difficult either, which
no, exactly.
I know I'm really excited for her, and I do hope, like you said, like she deserves it. I really do hope that she has a good day and can. I mean, she's nominated first. I think she'll come first.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the second lifter. I know Addie's training's been going really well since she's like come back from injury. But I don't. Again, that's not going to be. She's not going to be in contention with Melina. Yeah, I think at the moment the top 3 look quite firm, to be honest.
And Melina's very reliable, like we just checked.
Yeah, I mean, the stats 100% is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Leah Schreiner's got a big deadlift though, and she's not a full 84, so I wouldn't be surprised if she could pull for podium as well.
Who did you say? Sorry,
Leah Schreiner,
the Germany one.
German, the super lean German girl.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I do see she's nominated with probably the biggest. No, there's somebody.
Not the biggest.
The Denmark one is got the biggest deadlift nominated.
Yeah,
but they are like.
Oh yeah,
kilos behind. They're 25 kilos behind Melina.
Yeah.
And Melina has nice earrings as well, right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she does.
Yeah. I wonder where she got them from.
I don't know.
Anyways, Liv.
Yes, sorry.
We did talk about Melina's stats, right? She basically never misses. Is almost perfect. Now we're going to move on to the next lifter, Ben Pape. That is your lifter.
I regret choosing Ben because he'll probably message me when he's watched this being like, well, actually, this isn't right. But, you know, he's just going to have to deal with it because he's
kind of low-key went back and forth at squads as well.
he
just doesn't give up.
But he can't
I realize Ben just keeps talking.
Honestly, absolute, just, menace to society. So Ben's currently in 6 on nominations, which did surprise me a little, but then I realized that, well, everything's quite close up until you get to like 2nd and 1st. You got the names that are standing out to me at the moment, which again, this is how I feel when people like look over certain lifters. We were saying like Makeda and Betty and stuff. I feel like I'm currently doing the same thing with people that I don't know they're lifting. So no disrespect to them. This is just what I do know. Got Coco back. His training has been looking a lot stronger and also a lot more consistent. And I say this because I feel like sometimes he's nominated in 4th, and I feel like a lot of times people kind of say that about French lifters. They're like, oh, well, they come in and they're messy, and but I do think his training's been looking a lot better. So yeah, I think that's him and Emil are the two I'm looking at when I'm thinking of who's kind of. What? No, this isn't coming out right, but I'm not saying that Ben's in contention with Emil. I don't know. I actually don't know anything about Emil's training. I do think that Ben's going in with a more kind of relaxed approach to it. I think for him, he just wants to set himself up for the rest of the year. And just kind of, I think for him, it's going to be especially important going towards the British. I think he kind of wants to repeat the British better, because I think for him, British in December wasn't his best performance. He did what he had to do to get to Euros, but I don't think he was particularly happy with the day he had. And I think this is as well, it's his 4th Euros, if anyone knows differently. I think it's his 4th Euros. And he's got this new approach to training, which is kind of cardio strength training, where he's doing some ridiculous rep work with, like, I remember walking into the gym and he was, again, I can't remember the weight, but it was something like doing 70 kilos for like, I don't know how many reps, and then taking a minute off and doing it again. And not so much of a focus on his comp specific lifts, or like not focusing that much on singles until really close to comp. So it is interesting to see, is that going to pay off for him? Is that going to like bump him up and put his total at higher than what he's nominated?
Was he working through an injury at that point or no?
What, at the British?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so, unless someone knows otherwise.
Okay, I might be getting confused. I thought he was injured going into British.
I don't think.
Or was that previously? Was he injured recently?
Yeah, he has been injured previously. I don't know if it was at the British though.
Okay,
I just think
maybe
wasn't you know, it wasn't the day or whatever we say. But yeah, I do find, I actually am quite embarrassed that I don't know the most about his training, because I think I see him train quite a lot when I go to Powering Through. But
you're saying his training is very boring.
No.
Yes, you are. Well, don't worry.
This is why I know you're a Hicks. You're stirring the pot for no reason.
What I mean by that is he just uploads everything, and he'll be like, "Oh, so today I did 175 for 6 reps, then 180 for 1 rep, then 190." Like, because he puts it on story as well.
Yes, but the problem is with that, I can't base that. What do you want me to do with that? You know, like,
what I mean,
it's exciting. That makes it more exciting. I feel like people might look at that and think, oh, whatever Ben's been doing is CrossFit training, it's fine. And then he's going to come in on the day and he's going to have crazy amount of strength from all this rep work he's been doing. He's been doing some like vomit-inducing belt squats that he's doing like, I don't know how many reps, and then taking 40 seconds off and doing it again. I mean, he's really
juicing.
Like, yeah, he was throwing up.
I think when he's juicing, I was like, whoa.
No.
Sanchez got to him that bad.
Kibria, stop. Stop. You're coming for everyone today.
He can take a joke, man. I'm sure Ben Pape can take a joke.
No, he can't. He can dish it out, but he can't take it.
It's okay, Ben, you can DM me a joke. I laugh.
But yeah, I am going to be 100% transparent here. I think this is the class where I have no idea where anyone's going to end up, and definitely not where Ben's going to end up. I feel like he's going to bump up, I'd say 3 or 4 spots. I definitely think he can get on the podium. I just don't know, when he was talking about having a bad day at the British, I don't know how bad is, you know, like, was it like 20 kilos off? Was it X amount off? I don't know. And it's also dependent on how good the others do above him. I do think he's got like more than enough chance to be on the podium based off nominations. I feel like Emil's kind of, I want to say, oh, no one's going to touch him, but I do think, well, that sounds sus, sorry. Let me just no one's touching, as in no one's
no, that Chad from Denmark is close to him.
Yeah, Rajan, he's the junior champ. Yeah.
So I do think Emil's last few comps haven't been as not consistent, but he hasn't been as like there's been nothing, he's got a big deadlift, but he's kind of, I think he's missed quite a few thirds, hasn't he? Like his last few comps he's done, internationals anyway, I think like his thirds have either been missed or he's not like done anything great, like he hasn't gone for like a YOLO pool basically. So I think there's a chance that he's going to be overtaken. And I'm just looking at the like, let's say top 6. I just think it's all going to be rearranged by the time it's over, if that makes sense. I honestly don't know.
I think personally, can you guys hear me better now? Or...
Yeah, what have you done?
If my AirPods were crap, the whole time I should have just talked like this.
Yeah.
But I asked ChatGPT how to make my audio. It said take AirPods out. But anyways, I think the top 3 is clear, if I'm honest with you. I think Emil, it's going to be a battle between Emil and Regin, the Denmark guy. Because Emil can be anywhere between 9:20 or 9:30. Depends how he is. Since he's had a kid, he hasn't been at his best. He's not had a reason to come. So it's hard to say. But at the same time, Emil always pulls whatever he needs at the end to win. But Regin does have a bigger deadlift than him at this point. It'll be hard to tell. Yeah. But we don't care about them, right? We only care about our British lifters. And the third place, I think Coco has it as well. So podium is clear. So I think
Coco was doing 9:41 in the gym in September, which obviously doesn't reflect to like
Coco.
Yeah.
But hasn't he done something like that before and then ended up doing like 8:95 in Worlds?
This is what I mean. So this is why, like, I'm not saying it will carry over, but
9:41 is huge.
He's had these weights on his back, and 9:41 is so, it's so heavy. I'm just thinking, how much from that can he actually do on the platform? Like if he, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like I haven't seen him on an international platform in forever, which probably isn't actually true, but it feels like a long time. So it will be interesting to see where he comes. But I do think he's got a shot at podium as well. But again, Ben, like I feel like because Ben has switched up his training so much, it's really hard to be able to gauge where he's going to be, because you just don't know how he's going to like respond to these different styles of training. And obviously he's saying that he's been enjoying it, it's been good, but it's just, I'm not confident in being able to know what total he's going to put up because of that, if that makes sense.
I get what you mean. It's like you can't, because it's so different, you don't know what to expect from it. Like if somebody does, like for example, when I checked Nonso, he basically has a 4-week block, so I can kind of predict like where he starts and where he ends. With Ben, it's really hard to predict where he's going to be. Even I found that I was following his training quite closely, and even I found it hard to predict anything, like where is he going to be, what numbers is he going to, I don't even know what he's going to open with or his attempts are going to be. So it's going to be really difficult to predict where he's going to be.
I think because he's going in with that mindset of just wanting to set himself up for the rest of the year, I think he just wants to go in and have a good day. And I think that's what...
Ben is 28.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he looks like a baby.
I know.
I thought he was at 23. I thought he just come out the juniors or something.
What?
I don't know why I thought
he's been around for ages. How do you think?
I know he's been around for ages, but I thought he was just young. Like Nonso, he started really young. I thought, oh my God, he's an old man.
Hold on, 28 is not that. Can we just?
Okay, 28 is not that old.
Can we chill out?
Okay, 28 is not that old.
Jeez.
I don't know when you're gonna accept it.
No, I'm getting called auntie and nana now. It's really.
Oh, me and Manny, we get called unks everywhere.
Yeah, that's standard, man.
But unc and nana, that's.
Oh, you get nan.
I get PMG. It's nana. It's a bit of disrespect, actually.
Oh yeah, that's disrespectful still.
I'm not gonna lie.
But anyways, can I read through Ben's stats? I don't even have it. Oh, I do. So 76% of his third squat, 70% of his third bench, 41% of his final deadlift. So he does miss a bit of last deadlift. He has done 17 comps and 7.7 average. Very good average, actually. He does make good attempts. I think just recently he's been having issues, right, with his like his third deadlifts and whatnot. Previously, remember that famous 105 kg deadlift battle?
I love that video. I downloaded that song on my like playlist because that was such a good battle.
Which video are you on about?
The White Lights one, the 105 at British.
Yeah.
Did they make a video?
White Lights did, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that then.
I'll send it to you.
I need to watch that, man. Honestly, that's when I decided I need to improve my deadlifts. Because that was the first British I've done. I think that was the first British I did. And when I saw the 105, that was crazy.
Do you know Sanchez didn't even pull the most in that battle?
I know.
And now he's pulling 408.5 or whatever.
That's where I got to know Sanchez as well, because he came out of nowhere, because he didn't have a squat or a bench at that time as well, right? And he was just there in between all the battles. And Mike as well, I think he's gone to like some next training as well.
Mike's just a hybrid athlete. He'll just try anything.
He's A7 as well, right? Does he do A7 shoots and stuff or not?
He's not an athlete. He did some A7 shoots, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who is the next one?
Is it Aquinn or Nonso next?
Nonso. We've spoken about everybody. Okay, Nonso. I mean, there's not much to say about Nonso right now, right? Like everybody knows who Nonso is. He's making history by doing British. He just come out of sub juniors. Did he do one juniors national and then straight to open national?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, which I rate him really highly for, because in juniors before, obviously not Josh wasn't there either. He never had any competition, so I think it's very clear. And even at this comp, I don't know that Nick. Do you know who Nicholas Period is?
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
he's strong.
He's proper for his money for sure. Yeah.
Even though Nonso's training is looking strong, like he did 940 last month.
Yes, trust me.
Like this even French attempts.
Bro, he's not like them. He's a proper lifter. Trust me, he's good. He's good.
Okay.
Not just gonna have to execute.
When I see France next to somebody's name, I kind of overlook them.
That's Clara's brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Big brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But okay, I kind of overlooked the French guy because I was like, oh, France, he's gonna go 6'9".
No, what? Because he's not SPD. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Nonso is SPD.
I know.
So now we'll see who wins, right?
Huh.
But I think Nonso wins it regardless, because his deadlift is looking. The thing is, his deadlift training is a bit different now. He doesn't go that heavy. Because I was speaking to my squad. What did he say? He can make a huge jump from week 3 to week 4. So last block, I think on week 4 he did 375, very comfortable. It wasn't that hard. Whereas in British, I think, did he pull 400 or 390 just before?
No, he never managed to pull 400.
He failed it.
Comp.
No, not in comp. In the training, I'm talking about.
Sorry. He did 400 on the dot.
No, that was a block before it. In the block, I think he failed it or something, or 390.
390 double.
Yeah, failed a 390 double.
Oh, yeah, he failed the double.
I think that was the preceding block, and then he did 400 in the block before British.
Okay, but the big difference I'm noticing now is he's not pushing his deadlift as much. So I think he is trying to save that big deadlift. Yeah. His squat, 340, he just did last block as well. Easy. He did 210, which is still, 5 kg above what he did in comp. So his training was slightly ahead of where he was at British. Yeah. But at the same time, it's his first open international comp. And he's Nigerian, so I don't doubt him. I think like even his stats are very clear. Like he's done 9 meets. Oh my God. When did he start competing? Like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, not long.
Yeah, probably about 3 years now.
Him and Josh started together, I think. They were at school together.
9 comps in like 2 years. He's going through comps like crazy. Yeah. But his improvements as well. Where's his chart? It just, if you look at that chart, apart from that 930 going from 938 going down to 930 in British, and I think it's only 930 because he went from 385 deadlift to, did he load 402? It was 402 he loaded at British as well, right? For the win. Yeah, he loaded it for the win. Even if he didn't load 403, even if he loaded 395, 10 kilo more, so he'd still be at around 940 at British. But right now, I think he's going to be 950 plus at this Euros. I think 950 plus, and I think he's clearly winning as well. But because you guys said the French lifter Nicolas Peroud is not like France, it will be a good battle, I think. Because
I think for Nonso, which I don't think is going to be a massive issue because he's got the GB coaches there, is just not overreaching on the deadlift, which I think, to be fair for him, is I understand how that's tough because I feel like he's not caught a break yet where he's been able to pull the 400 plus on the platform, and I know he really wants that, but I think at that point it's a constant choice between, well, sorry, not all the time, but in this instance it might be a case of you either go in and you pull your 400 plus and come second, or you know, do what you need to do to come first. I'm not saying that's the case, but
I don't think firstly, I don't think he'll need 400 to win. I think he'll need less.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But like,
if he needs less, I don't think they're gonna load more than what he needs. Do you remember Indy that year where to pull for third, he only needed like 385 or something, and he wanted to go for a more.
Yeah.
And they only loaded 385.
Yeah,
and he was annoyed after.
But it's kind of a rough choice. I mean, I can understand why like you'd want both, but unfortunately, I guess you can't have both.
It's like, if I talk about myself, I want 300 kg deadlift, right? But if I need less to win, I don't mind it.
Oh yeah,
like, 300 is not a big deal for me. But that's what it matters, what he wants more. But I think because he has so many comps anyway, I think he's in the open team as well, open worlds team as well. So because he has so many comps, it doesn't really matter. Like, he'll do whatever he needs to win.
Yeah.
Like, he'll have a chance at worlds again.
Yeah. But at least he'll have a bit more competition here.
Do you think so? It's just the one that I can see.
Well, as in, sorry, I mean, like, it's not just going to be he turns up and, you know, is like 50 kilos ahead of the person.
Weird question. Is Azerbaijan in Europe?
No.
I'm pretty sure. I just didn't want to answer it directly, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's in Eurovision. Let me just double check. Right, I'm pretty sure
because the guy nominated third. He's from Azerbaijan.
Is it really?
I thought it was.
It's on the border. It says officially the Republic of Azerbaijan is a transcontinental and landlocked country at the border of West Asia and Eastern Europe.
Oh yeah.
That's a good question.
Oh my god! You know why that's next to Armenia, and I didn't even know that. That's poor.
What, are you Armenian?
I'm part Armenian, yeah.
Oh,
are you
French?
French. I'm actually a fraudulent French because it's my first language, but I'm not French. None of my family are French.
Nonso's gonna win. Anybody else have anything else to add?
Yeah, I think Nonso will win. I think he needs 950 plus to win, because if he goes any less than that, I can see Nicolas.
What's the British record? 952.
955.
955.
955. I think Nonso goes above that. Yeah,
it'll be interesting. He's going to pull 400 plus at Euros.
Okay, question for you, Manny. If Mo was to do Euros, who would have won? Mo or Nonso?
Because Mo's in a very similar situation to you right now, I'd say
there's no Ramadan as well. Because
Ramadan.
Yeah, hypothetical.
Oh, no Ramadan. That's hard, man. I think, again, I'd back Nonso, but it would be a lot closer between those two than with Nicolas and Nonso. I'd back Mo to be able to hit like 955 around that in good form. 9 for 9 day.
Especially his Mo's squat is looking so strong. Did you see that? Was it 330 triple?
Yeah, it's just brute. He's just got brute strength, hasn't he?
Yeah. Unfortunate, Mo, you're not in the team.
Didn't he give up his spot?
Chat, though. I don't know why he's in our group chat. Why are you in our group chat, Mo? He just says random shit to me. The other day he's like, I'm going to Newcastle. He goes, make sure you don't get blown away.
He said
it was windy or something.
You probably deserved it, let's be honest.
No, I didn't. I'm actually nice in that group. You can ask Betty. I don't even talk in that group.
Betty, yeah.
Anyways.
So, sorry, my question was, so no one thinks he's going to be needing to or be pulling 400 at that point?
That wasn't my next question as well.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Does everyone think he's going to pull 400? Or do you think he's just not going to need it?
If he goes 3 for 3 on squats, he doesn't need to pull 400. If he
say he's won by second attempt.
Yeah.
Does he pull 400?
Yes.
Well, yeah, why not?
They'll
I
let
think
him
he'd
move
load
it.
up 411 again, to be honest.
You think he'll load a 411?
I
Matt
think he
Gary
would.
is hunting him,
I
I'm sure.
think if he'd won on his second, yeah, he would. I think he would.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If they let him, I think he would. If not, then I think he'd load 400.
I think at Euros, Matt Gary might let him, but not at Worlds.
Yeah, there you go.
If it's a question of what he's actually capable of pulling, then I'd say 405. If it's a question of whether he'll load 411, and I agree with Liv, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's around 405 to 407. I was going to say he's at 407 as well. But yeah, we'll move on to our next lifter. Is it Aquinn, yeah?
Yeah, Aquinn.
Aquinn.
So, yeah, coming into this comp, Aquinn is the reigning British champion. She has now won twice. And yeah, this is her first major international. So she has done Western Euros in the past. And yeah, her trajectory is really, really good, especially
Look at that, man. Look at that graph.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So she's gone from 537 and a half.
Like
537 and a half total in September 23 up to 570 total in Arnold's in March of last year, then 589 at Manny Open in August of last year, all the way up to 618.5 at the British in a very close battle with Teossi. Since going to Page, she's made really good progress as well. She's continuing to make really good progress.
Sorry to cut you off. That 589 to 618, it was in 3 months.
3 months, yeah. That's when she got Peach. That's when she hired Peach. And I think Peach promised her a certain percentage on her total, and they hit exactly that percentage increase. I can't remember. Well, I'll obviously be able to work it out. What's this? 618.
So I did
5 over 589.
30 kilos. So about 10, almost about 5%.
5%, yeah, something like that. Yeah, because what is it? 618.5 minus 589.
Let him calculate that. You guys have anything to add?
5% exactly.
Is it 5%?
Yeah, 5%. And he said 5%, they got 5%. So yeah.
Even her training recently, what did she just hit 265 or something?
She hit a 260 single in training on deads. She has hit 272 and a half. So her fiance Mark, I speak to both of them quite a lot actually. He loaded because he loads all the plates for her. It's actually quite cute. Like he literally loads everything for her, so she just literally has to focus on lifting. And I think she was expecting to pull 270. So this was a week after the British or a few days after the British, and he loaded 272 and a half for her, and she pulled it and it was clean. So she has a shot at the world record potentially if she wants it.
That's what I was going to say to you. Do you think she pulls the world record? World record about 280, is it? Or 278?
It's 273.5 now, since Sheffield, as Brittany Slater moved it up from 273. I was actually speaking to Aquinn at Sheffield because I was speaking to her and Mark, and I was basically asking her, like, what is the plan for Euros? Like, what do you think? What are you thinking? There is a bit of a gap between her and the French woman, Amélie. So instead of potentially trying to shoot up and take her, I think the strategy between her and Peach is defending third place. So she's currently nominated third, and it's a case of just making sure that is secure for her, which I can see. Well, I definitely see happening. But if Amélie misses any lifts, Aquinn could definitely load something at the end to potentially pull her into second. Obviously, Sunita is just, Sunita's.
I don't know why Sunita's doing it, man. I was speaking to Peach about this. I was like, imagine Sunita didn't do it.
Yeah.
Actually had a chance of winning.
Yeah, I know, man. Like I was even joking with Aquinn about this. Like I was saying to her, like, you should go backstage. You should go backstage, like at Sheffield, and be like, my good sister, please, please relax. There's no need for you to enter. Let's just allow other people to shine.
Redeem herself from her deadlifts, though.
Sorry?
Sunita redeemed herself from Sheffield a bit, kind of like Ade, because I feel like that's what he's doing a bit. I just know he hasn't slept at night since that 380.
Yeah, I bet.
So, yeah. But I do also feel like, guys, you went to Sheffield, just go away.
Different people are different, right? Like some people want it all, and some people are happy with what they get. And I feel like Ade's that type that he wants it all.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which is fair. I feel like he's been left behind for ages, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first knew who he was, he had he blew the 74 kg total like ridiculous. Like it was like he had like 50 kilos above the 74 kg record at that time. And then ever since then, he just kept getting injured or just had bad knees or something, one thing after. So recently, I feel like he's coming back up.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Aquinn.
I think what I was going to say about Sunita, I'm pretty sure she has some sort of deal with the Belgian government who are like funding her, where she has to compete at Euros to get funding.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Interesting.
Did you guys listen to Sunita's podcast?
Yeah, I did on the way to and from work. So good.
I'm going to be honest, I stopped after half. I couldn't even listen to it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, you've heard, you know which bit I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know the bit you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't want to
talk about it now.
Too much, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like, I can't. I think as much as I say I'm emotionally strong, I'm not strong. I left it. You guys should listen to it. It's a really good episode. I did not think. Sorry?
Will I cry?
You might cry.
I want to watch if I'm going to cry.
I don't know about you, Hannah. You're a bit heartless, but...
What are you saying? What do you mean? Why are you acting like I'm sad? What, because I've been nervous about this podcast, so you think I'm some like...
I reckon you'll cry because Sunita cried and she didn't cry the last time she was on KATL.
Is it a video podcast?
I think it might be on YouTube. I listened to it on Apple.
It's a video podcast. I didn't watch the video because I was listening to it while I was driving, but it's a video one. So yeah.
And I didn't think she would have like the African accent. Is she?
Yeah, she only came over when she was like 18 to.
Oh, I thought she would have like the Belgium accent or something.
No.
It is a bit mixed. It's not full on Cameroonian. Like you can hear like hints of Belgian, but like, I think she came over when she was like 17, 18, around then. And she's 27, 28 now. So like 10 years. But yeah, I think Aquinn will definitely podium. I think she'll also get deadlift gold, and probably total anywhere between like 635 and 645 if she has a really good day, on that top end. And if Amelie makes any mistakes, then she has a chance of coming second. But that's going to be like that'll be a more ambitious reach, but it's not out of the question completely, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think she will definitely podium. I see her maybe even coming second. Obviously, in nomination, it does look like a big difference. But like I said, when I see France next to somebody's name, I kind of like don't give them the nominated total.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hater, man. Look, I'm going to pull up a stats and I'm going to show it to you of how many attempts French lifters made.
Yeah.
In which podcast was it? I think it was Two White Lies. They were talking about, is it the downfall of, was it Two White Lies? Is it the downfall of French lifters? Because Leah Barber retired.
She's Hannah not retired. She's having a timeout.
Okay, semi-retired. I know she's your friend, but she's retired, right?
Not retired.
Is she by powerlifting?
Guys. You can take a break and not.
It's okay. Leah Barber's nice, man. She's nice. So, but Panna is basically won't be able to catch up to Kiel. Who else was the top lifter? Tiffany got Jessica Espinal coming. Yeah. And then Coco is obviously is not at the top. So that's what they were talking about.
Right.
But anyways.
I think another... Yeah, go on, sorry.
Because it's a French lifter nominated second, I don't see them actually ending up second. Don't get me wrong, the gap is quite big, but I do trust Aquinn to... She's very raw lifter still, so her strength is still going up like a newbie lifter.
Yeah, for sure. Her bench is going up quite a lot now as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think she'll put quite a bit on her total. Another thing I found really interesting about this class is that I think there's going to be all 4 world records are probably going to be broken here. So the squat world record, everyone on the podium. So obviously Sunita will probably break the squat world record. Amelie will break the bench world record, or very likely to, because that's currently 167, and her best is, I think, 166.5.
What did the American bench? Sorry?
Canadian or American?
American. No, I'm not talking about British. The American one that came, she had the bench record, right?
Alexis Jones.
Alexis Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Did she do like 170 something? Or was it 167?
167, I think, yeah.
Okay, then yeah. Oh, yeah. Then the French lifter will be very close to it.
and then Aquinn could break the deadlift record potentially, and then obviously Sunita could break the total record again, but by how much I don't know.
Do you think Sunita will break the total record, considering that? What do you think she'll save it for Sheffield?
Well, she did it for Worlds. I don't see why she wouldn't adopt the same strategy again, because we thought, oh yeah, she could have easily just held back and then potentially won Sheffield, but I don't think she really cares about that. I think she just wants to come for it all every single comp. So,
true. Okay, I'm just going to read through some quick stats for Aquinn. 50% of a third squat, 75% of a third bench, and 50% of her third deadlift. Who used to coach her before Peach?
Her fiance Mark.
Oh, okay. Do you think the attempt selections and stuff were kind of off at that time? I haven't really had to look at Open IPF, or was it just she just trying to reach for it?
I don't think they were off. I think there were potentially times where she would overreach, but they were just learning her capabilities. And I think it's not necessarily a credit to Peach as much as it is them just learning her as a lifter as time has gone on.
I guess 7.1 though, still very good for 8 comps. Very good.
Yeah.
And now moving on to the final lifter, Paul. I'll be honest, there's not much on his training. I don't know if any of you guys follow him, but he literally doesn't upload anything. He just uploads like cat videos and stuff, which is cute. But I mean, it doesn't help with this video. His numbers are very steady since August 2023 till now. Very steadily increasing, I should say. Yes, he did Home Nation and his numbers went down a bit because it was literally like a week after British. 960 in his first British and hit the Carpino 3 total. For a new lifter, straight away qualified for international. I think he's even in the world team. And his best squat is 380. I did see him. See, this is the thing. You know, when you upload a story, it's hard to remember what you hit. He did hit a squat recently in Pure Gym or something with the whippiest bar I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that must have been terrifying.
Oh my God. He came and the bar was whipping like this. He was like 350 or something.
How was that even fit on there?
Oh, it was right to the end. It was crazy. I don't know how he did it. I can't even.
Lifts are going to feel great on good kit.
Oh yeah. I guess, I don't know actually. Like, some people are just so used to squatting like that, and when they go to illegal plates and stuff like that, they kind of, it throws them off.
Yeah, some people say they get something out of the whip on squat, which I find weird because I would think you wouldn't, but I don't know.
I don't know. Different people prefer different. It depends how. I guess it depends. Like, if you're more upright, maybe you do, because it's more like Olympic style, and you just want to come up and down. Whereas if you're crunched over, French lifter, then obviously you're...
Stop. You know what? You're banned from mentioning the French now.
You know what? I might be doing silent work here, you know. So I hope Hannah doesn't see this. Because you're going to be like, bro, you're not doing it.
Such a hater.
I'm not, man. I love the French lot.
So yeah, I know what you mean.
But anyways, yeah. Some people just get a bit more from like how upright they are. But yeah, he hit 380 kg last... No, he didn't hit 380. Yeah, he hit 380 kg British. He hit 380, 227.5, and 352.5 deadlift. I'll be honest, British, I think they were all pretty maxed out. And it's so hard for me to estimate where he's going to be. I have him around the similar total. Obviously, same thing with him. First comp, he did say he's excited, nervous at the same time. So it depends on how he controls that. He's a mature lifter. I'm not going to say his age, but he is a mature lifter. So I'm assuming he knows how to control his nerves and whatnot. He's currently nominated 4th, but 1 kg behind the podium. But it's Victor from Ukraine. You guys know who Victor is, right? You don't know Victor? I'm sure he was... Which comp? I'm sure he did... okay, I might be confused. I won't talk about him. But yeah, he's only 1 kg behind, and he pulls more. So he could potentially be podium. He's not going to be close to the Turkish or Timor because they're clear.
I think he might beat Timor. Have you seen how much his lifts are tanks?
But then he's going back up. That was when he was trying to cut, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's been his body weight has been down to like what 125, 130, or not, maybe not 125, but more like low 130s recently.
Somebody
Very
said he'll still
recently.
total 1,000 kg. Will he not total 1,000?
From what I'm seeing, man, like I'm looking, maybe. I don't know. He's a wild card. But from what I've been seeing of his recent lifts, he's been looking more like the 950, 960 mark. Literally, like when he was going in as a 120, I wasn't sure how it was going to pan out between him and Nonso. I thought Nonso might actually beat him. But now, obviously, he's gone back up to super. It will go up a little bit more than that, but how much more, I don't know. And with his new levers, he might actually miss some attempts just because it's very unfamiliar. I have no idea.
If Timo has a bad day and Paul actually comes second, that's going to be crazy.
That would be mad. I think Senk beats Timo for sure.
Oh yeah, same. I think he beats him.
But then after that, that's where I'm a bit like unsure about where things will pan out.
Yeah, I was giving Timo around 1,000 kg because somebody said, oh, he's going to still total 1,000 kg. So
okay.
I assumed, because I don't follow Timo. But Paul, I definitely see him on the podium. Now, whether it's second or third, depending on obviously how Timo does.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly read through some stats. Okay, so guys, I've got Paul with me, and I'm going to be doing a quick interview with him. Paul, you've come up the scene very quickly. You've beaten Aaron Thompson, qualified for international. How does it feel? You're making your debut international. Are you excited, nervous, or just feel like another comp?
It's a mixture of emotions, if I'm honest. I'm beyond excited. I can't wait to actually go out there and test myself against some of the best worldwide. Whilst at the same time, I've got an overwhelming sense of imposter syndrome. Okay. So you've done the list, you've earned the spot, you've made your way up there, but you almost feel surreal as if like I couldn't be there, even though I've earned it. It's very odd. It's a complete the either end of the spectrum kind of all at the same time.
Oh, fair enough, but I can't say anything because I'm making international debut as well, so I can totally relate with what you're saying. And AJ is not doing it now. Where do you see yourself finishing in this comp?
Well, it's bizarre because
have you had a look at the nomination?
I have. I happened just to look about a week or so, but just for the giggles of it, just to see if anything's changed. And I see AJ's off, but Timo has come into our class.
Huh?
So initially he was meant to drop down. I think the plan was going to drop into the 120s, but I'm guessing he hasn't been able to drop enough, or he just doesn't like. I don't know kind of what the rationale is. He's going to be 120 plus, so it's going to be. I still think he's going to be a favourite to win. It's his to kind of lose, but it depends what form he's in. He's not going to be as big as he was when he's squatting 400, pulling 400, big boy bench. If he's lost weight, it's going to be interesting to see how that's affected his numbers. But personally, I'll be fighting for podium. Any podium spot, I'll be overwhelmed. Is that what a perfect day at Euros? What does that look like for you? A day that you can say this is what I wanted, or this is more than I expected. What is a perfect day looking like? Is there a specific number? Is there a specific position you want to finish, or what is it? Just any spot on the podium would be a perfect day. I'd even if it's bronze, a medal's a medal. I'm chasing one of them. Ideally 9 for 9. I'd like to get on my list. But in terms of numbers, I honestly don't see it. I always go to the competition wanting to lift more than I have. I always want just bigger numbers. I never want to stay at the same. But in terms of when I'm on the platform, I might have a little bit of input on my second list of what I'm feeling comfortable with. But my third list now, I always go in blind. I have no idea what the weight is. So it's just a case of go out, move the heavy thing. So I can't get in my own head about the weight. I've done this before. Can I do it? Can I not? It's just simply go out there, move the heavy thing. It's more of a mental thing at that point, isn't it, than physical? 100%. Okay, just the last question. What is the song that you're going to be listening to when you're hitting your third deadlift? The deadlift. It depends entirely on my mood. So it'll either be Roses for the Dead by Unicorn Friend, or it will be Living La Vida Loca. And
I
it's
don't
going to
know
be
any of them. I don't know any
yeah,
of them.
either or the other. A common one is a bit of Dolly Parton as well. And I think even like Reach for the Stars might be coming up there. So if you see me bouncing on the stream, I'm listening to something a bit
You
silly.
know what? While I watch the stream, I'm going to try to guess what song you're listening to.
Honestly, please send me messages and I'll let you know. I'm thinking about doing on Spotify. You can do like a little group session, can't you? So anybody can join and just listen to the craziness that's going on.
Okay.
I might do that, and then just anybody can dive in to see what random thing I'm listening to.
That's actually a good idea to do. Everyone should do that a couple days.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now I need to do the fun game, but I need to somehow do a timer because you said you don't know much, right?
No, this is kind of another reason why I'm getting tested something new on Spice. Unfortunately, I struggle heavily with names. That's kind of why I like to deal with faces more.
Okay, no, this one I reckon you will know. One thing, I'm just trying to find a way to get a timer up. No, there was a timer. There is a timer on this, right?
I don't know. I'm very behind the games.
Oh, got it. Okay, so I'm gonna time you for 30 seconds. Stopwatch, yeah. In 30 seconds, I want to see how many Sheffield athletes can you name. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with everyone. So I just want to see who knows the most.
I can only tell you three from name.
Okay. I'm gonna start the timer and then you can say as many as you want. You got 30 seconds to think about it, okay? Ready, steady, go.
I'm gonna do this really slowly just to add out the time. No, so you had Jesus.
Yeah, that's one.
You had Bobby.
2.
Ade.
Ade,
sorry. Yeah.
3.
Ade. What's her name? The crazy strong lass who's just come out of she's 22, 23. She's got the highest GL. That's really pissing.
Mate, your time's over. I can't believe you got 3.
Makes all his squats 100%,
Nice.
9 comps, 100%, second attempt, 100% first attempt, so it's not a missing anything. 77% of third bench and 88% of his third deadlift.
How many comps has he done?
9. I feel like I've seen so many people that do 9 comps. I've done 9 comps as well.
You've done 9?
How many? Yeah.
I've only done 9, yeah.
How many years have you been competing?
2018, so 7 years.
So old, man.
Hey.
Oh dear. I'm the oldest one here, so I'm just
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 30. I'm 31 in June.
Oh,
And
he's
I've been
just a bit older than us.
Yeah, and I've been powerlifting since end of 2013. So, but very on and off, like
21
injuries, life. 21st, end of 2013 when I was a student. Like my first student comp was in December 2013.
2013, you know. I think that's when Hannah was born, right?
Oh my god.
You know, I was shocked the other day when I saw she was born in 2000. I was like, bloody hell, man.
You're
2000.
Yeah, I'm 25 in like a week. I'm young.
Yeah.
2000, you know, I feel like I remember 2000. 2003 was my first time watching a Bollywood film.
Oh, it's such a random spot.
Give me my age away. Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember 2000 clearly, like very clearly.
I don't remember 2000. I remember from 2003 onwards.
Yeah.
So now, like, when you see kids that are born in like 2007, well, Nonso born in 2005.
Don't.
No, he's born 2005, but still.
That's still disgusting.
No, sorry. Abdul, a guy I coached. He's born in 2007.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But anyways, that's everybody done.
Slay.
Smashed it. 3 hours.
Sick.
Does anyone have anything
hours?
else to add? Because I have a game to play with you two, Manny and Liv.
A game?
Oh yeah.
Yes. I've done it with Hannah
Hold
already
on.
because you guys were late.
What's the game?
Why are you so
It's not that
stressed?
scary.
We
It's
weren't
fine.
late. We just didn't.
Yeah, you were on time. Hannah was early. Why are you so stressed?
Because I don't know with you.
Okay, I'll play with
It's
Manny
fine.
first.
It's
I think
a
Manny
good
already
game.
knows.
Okay.
Okay, Manny, Hannah, keep a counter. I'm going to do the timer.
Okay.
So you have 30 seconds, Manny,
Yeah.
to name me as many lifters as you can from Sheffield. You can even say reserves if you want. Ready, steady, go.
Tiffany Chapon, Jad Jacob, Bobby Butters, Shell, Panna, Jesus, Ashton, Emil, what's his name? Russ, Ade, Russ, Ade, Durins, yeah.
Time. Manny, I expected a lot more from you, man.
My mind's gone. How many was that anyway?
How many was that?
11.
11.
I did the same. As soon as my mind went blank, I then panicked about my mind being blank, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay, before Liv gets a chance to think about it, are you ready?
Wait, can I just ask, are we allowed to repeat the same names? Because
No. Or as him?
well, is it the same comp? Like
Yeah,
what?
same comp.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Sheffield.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah.
Oh, you can say whichever one you want, okay?
Wait, do I have to say surnames as well?
No. As long as we know, you don't even have to say their name. As long as you can even describe who they are. Okay, I'll reset. All right, ready, set, go.
Leah, Tiff, Ross, Emil, Ade, Sanita, Panna, Kiel. How many seconds? I can't remember. Brittany. I can't.
You went blank for 15 seconds.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's
How
gone.
many did you get?
That's 14.
Huh?
14, nice.
14.
Yeah.
I counted 8.
I got no.
What?
Huh?
I counted them on my. Was that 8? No, it
No.
wasn't.
Was it 14? It's okay. I'll watch the video. I'm going to put like a tally.
Yeah.
You're second, though. You got the second most.
Nice.
Wait, who
Did Betty get the
first?
most?
Betty got 15.
How many did you get?
Nobody tested me yet. You want to time me? Let me do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go on.
Oh,
Wait,
my
let
God,
me-
my
let
mind
me
got
get-
this
blank
guy's got a
already.
list
get-
out. I know he does.
Let me get,
Oh,
yeah, forget the list. Right, let's get a timer out. Stopwatch. And in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ade Durins, Russ, Gavin Aiden, Jonathan Keiko, Emil Krastev, Sanita, Brittany, Jessica Butner, Leah Bavois, Carla, Agatha, Jessica Espinal, Jad Jacob, Natalie Richards, Panna, Kian, Oppo, Kyoto.
Damn.
Oh, my mind.
Nice. No, that was good. That was good. Although,
Wait,
years.
what was this for? This wasn't Sheffield. What are you doing?
What do you mean? That was Sheffield lifted.
Sheffield.
Jessica Bittner was 2023. But I was like, are we doing all
Wait,
of them?
hold on, I
You have to
thought this
take her away.
No, I said all Sheffield lifted. All right, I'll
Oh
let
my,
you,
no, I'm sorry, that doesn't count. I'm not.
okay, I'll let you go again. How many did I get? 18, 19?
19.
Oof, yes, I beat you,
Nice.
Betty.
Nice.
All right, go on. Liv, you knew, right? It was any all time money.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, I thought it was 2025.
Okay, I'll let you two go again. Go on.
No, it's all right. I don't need to go again. I don't need to go
Okay,
again.
then
It's
go
fine.
on. Liv,
do
five
because I'm
go.
not having that. I had a 15-second like brain. Like,
Okay. All time. It can be reserves or anything, okay?
Reserves
Okay.
as well. Okay, fair. Because I heard you say Jessica Espinal. I was like, oh, reserves as well. But I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
It's all good.
I said that. Okay, ready?
yes.
Ready, set, go.
Okay. Leah, Durins, Tiff, Russ, Ade, Emil, Sanita, Brittany. I'm doing it again. Panna, Kiel, Jessica Espinal.
Eleven.
That was
No.
11. That was 16.
That was
Oh, it's
11.
not. That was 11. That was 11. I'll count it. Actually,
Oh,
count it.
no, I'm not doing this. That's not fair. My first round's counting. I'm not having that. I did 14. I did 14, and that was just from last year. If anything, that's more impressive. So if anything, that's number one.
I did say all time, didn't I? First time.
Yeah, but then no.
I just said Sheffield.
Yeah, I just assumed it was last year, which is why
that would make it hard. Then you only
and that's I named only from last year.
Okay, I'll give you half a point extra.
Yeah,
but you're still second, I think.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
Okay.
To name me many people as you can that have participated in Sheffield.
Oh Christ. Okay.
I'll restart. I feel like you just took so long. Okay, reset. Ready, set, go.
Okay. Alba, Agatha, Sunita, Brittany, Jad, Tiff. Are we counting reserves as well or not?
Yeah, count them.
Okay. Jessica Espinal. Who else? Meg Scanlon, Kjell.
That's time.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
How many did you get, Hannah? 9?
Yeah, I got 9.
Guess who got the lowest? All right, Manny, don't say it, all right?
Yeah, I won't say.
Have a guess. Who got the lowest and how many?
You interviewed?
Yeah, I didn't interview everybody. I interviewed a few people.
Did you interview Pape?
No. Would he have the
I'm gonna
lowest?
say Pape. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to interview him anyways. I need to message him. But okay, Paul, he got the lowest. Have a guess number.
3.
Oh my God, bang on. I don't know how he got a 3.
Paul?
Yeah, he just went. He couldn't name anybody, and his mind went blank.
Okay, I mean, mine did go blank. I thought I was gonna slay that way more than I did.
Yeah, even my mind went blank for a bit, but I just started naming the 66s when he went blank. But anyways, guys, thank you for your time. Everyone, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out. I want to stop recording.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.